Hey there. Just starting up a fire. Warm it up a little bit because, summer hasn't got here yet. It's only 57 degrees outside. And yes, I can make a fire without a flamethrower, but this is a lot more fun. Getting ready to cook a little bit of lunch.
What is that? Can you tell story about these things? I remember you built it 2 years ago by your hands.
And all the machines that you see in here. This place is the garage. It's the wood shop, and it's my outdoor kitchen in the summertime if we ever get to summer. So a chuck box, chuck is an old word for food, just like chow when you're in the military, they call it a chow hall. So a chuck box was basically a portable kitchen on the back of a cowboy's wagon. And the Chuckwagon cook, or cookie as they called back in the Old West, they had one of these on the back of a wagon. This I built as a modern day version of a Chuckwagon so I can hook it up to a four-wheeler. I built it on a trailer and I can take it up in the mountains and I've got a portable kitchen. So unlike a normal Chuckwagon where there's only one side, I actually built two sides on this and put drawers in it. So it's basically a kitchen countertop with kitchen cupboards and drawers where you can keep all your stuff, just like in your kitchen. It's just a portable kitchen. And I was just getting ready to make some SOS, which is, to say politely, stuff on a shingle. It's milk gravy with hamburger in it. In fact, I need to get my cast iron skillet. It's my Boy Scouts of America version. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
So how you will make, I will show. Okay, this is portable stove, yeah?
Yeah, this is a 3-burner. It's a Camp Chef, and it's the best portable stove I've ever used. It's awesome. And these things down here I call camp ovens. A Dutch oven was the first thing that was made, and then Paul Revere in American history put legs on the bottom and a lip around the top and made the lid a little flatter so you can put coals on the top and you can put coals around the bottom. And if anybody is interested in a real professional, because I'm kind of a pretender, if they want to find a channel of a real professional, they should go to Kent Rollins, Kentrollins. He's the real deal. I mean, he was a true cowboy, true Chuckwagon cook, and he's got a YouTube channel, and he knows all this stuff and has been doing it for decades and decades. So he's the real deal. I just like to do it, and it's how I was raised.
We will put a link for his channel.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good guy. Him and his wife do all the YouTube related stuff, and like I said, they're the true professionals with this. So I'm going to crank up some fire here. All right. I'll do this the old-fashioned way. Get that pan warmed up.
So we will need milk, flour, butter, and beef. And toast.
Anybody in the United States that does any camping knows the Coleman brand. They make all kinds of camping equipment. And this is a little toaster. They are just made out of wire and aluminum, and you set them on top of heat and set your toast up there. You just lay 4 pieces of toast and it'll toast one side or the other. Just like that. Put it on fire and make your toast. And I've got a couple of pieces of homemade bread left. We'll get those toasted up. And that's about the color you're looking for with the hamburger. I'm going to take the hamburger out and put it in the bowl, but I'm going to try to leave as much of the drippings or the juice from the hamburger in the pan, because that'll help flavor the gravy. It's pretty lean beef, so I didn't get much. That's what the butter's for. I'm going to switch to a wire whisk after I get some butter going. And again, it's half and half. If you use a tablespoon of butter, then you use a tablespoon of flour. And if you don't feel like measuring, then all you need to do is basically whatever oil you have in there or whatever fat you add, like I'm adding butter, you put enough flour in there to absorb it as thick or as thin as you want. Turn this up. The one thing about making any kind of flour gravy is you want it to come to a complete boil before you determine how thick things are. Because if it's not boiling, you don't know how thick it's going to be. It gets thicker and thicker the hotter it gets. So obviously I'm not measuring, but all I'm going to do is just absorb that oil that I've got in there by adding some flour. And if that's not enough, we'll add a little bit more. That's plenty. So you notice that's almost dry, and that's probably thicker than what I wanted it, so I'll add a little bit more butter. Meaning that was too much flour.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now we're getting there. It's still a little bit thick, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's usually about how I do mine, more like a paste. But it can be thinner, that's fine. All of it's good. And then you add milk. Turn that up a little bit. And then dissolve your roux into the milk. And like I said, it needs to be a full rolling boil before you add any more milk. It's better if the milk is warm, but it works if it's not. So right now you see how thin that is, but it's not boiling yet. So now it's on a full boil, and it's a little thicker than I want. Remember, when it cools down, it's going to get even thicker. So I just added a little more milk, a little bit at a time. That's better. Stirring constantly is critically important. You don't want to burn anything. Okay, that's good. Cut that off the heat. just right. Then we're going to add it to the hamburger. Better grip on that skillet. And then remember, when you're going to clean that skillet, make sure it's hot when you do it. And then you just mix it up. Pour it over your toast.
Now toast will be ready.
Yep.
And we will show how it will look. Oh.
Good. That's good. When you're doing this, you got to keep turning them until you get it perfectly brown. And as you can see, you get a little browner if you're not quite paying attention. But they work great. If you want toast, you can get it anywhere in the world. You just need a flame. And that is it. And then you can just scoop out. Sorry, it disappeared here. I just needed a ladle. And most people very much like this with a lot of salt and black pepper. I can't eat pepper, so it only gets salt, but I bury it because I like the gravy quite a bit, especially on thick homemade bread like that.
Looks yummy.
Just need some salt. And there's also seasonings. I mean, don't be afraid to put whatever kind of seasoning on there you want. Like Kent Rollins again, to continue to mention him. He makes his own seasonings and all kinds of stuff, and he's got an original that goes perfectly on there.
So we put salt.
And then if you want any kind of seasoning, it's whatever taste you like. Most people it's just salt and pepper, but Kent's got some good seasoning out there. That mesquite is what I put on all of my briskets. When I barbecue brisket, that mesquite is what I use religiously.
This is what I love.
Yep. Okay, time to eat. Oh, it's nice bread.
It's right, correct?
Needs a little more salt.
Uh-huh.
Et voila. Or like I used to say when I was younger, Viola. That's right.
Okay.
So, hamburger milk gravy. That's it. So, lunch is done, and you're cleaning up the mess. One thing I didn't mention was when that cools down, it's going to be very thick, and if you have leftovers, just put them in an airtight container and put them in the refrigerator. And then when you want to warm these up again, all you need to do is put them in a pot or put them in the microwave if you have to, and add milk to thin it out a little bit, because right now it's going to be very thick. It's going to be too thick to eat like the next breakfast or lunch. So add some milk, thin it out, warm it up. It'll be perfect.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Thank you.